Welcome back. This is the Exotic Lifestyle Show, and I'm Dr. Nancy Sutton Pierce, or Dr. Nan, as most people know me. And so we're going to wait a minute in here and allow everybody to come back in because we've got a really exciting show tonight, and I don't want anybody to miss it. One of the things that we're doing is we're exploring what is exotic and what is an exotic lifestyle. So I have a couple of very special guests tonight that are going to be coming in. So I see the boss lady is here and Mr. Cam. So there's still two of you in. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Come in and we'll see what we can do here. We'll give it a try. Take two. Gotta love technology, right? There they are.
Hi. I see you though.
So I saw the boss lady come in too. So are you both?
Nope.
On?
No.
Nope. That's interesting.
You probably.
Okay.
No, the boss lady. She's probably talking about Tanya.
Oh,
you talking about Tanya?
Oh, maybe that's Tanya. Okay. I just think of you as the boss lady. So.
I know. I joke with Tanya all the time about that.
Yeah. Like, she stole your name. Okay. So we're starting over. So we're exploring the exotic lifestyle. And when I was thinking of people that I wanted to bring into this conversation to help describe exotic lifestyle, the two people that popped into my mind were Cameo and Juju. And so welcome Cameo and Juju to my fourth episode of my 6-week series on what the hell is the exotic lifestyle.
Thank you. We're very happy to be here.
Definitely happy to be here, Nan.
So one of the questions that I wanted to ask the two of you is how would you describe exotic or an exotic lifestyle? What kind of words or images does that conjure up for the two of you? And you can both share all your goodies.
I mean, I think we have had this conversation before. We think that exotic is more something visual, right? Whether it's a place, it's a person, it's a specific look, it's an outfit, it's something that's out of the ordinary, out of the norm, we shall say, right?
Okay.
One of the things that we had kind of, well, at least for me, that's kind of what I think something exotic is.
Okay.
An exotic lifestyle will be something obviously outside of a cookie jar type of relationship where it's a husband and a wife and the husband goes to work and the wife stays home and takes care of the children. That's like the cookie cutter, right? An exotic lifestyle for me is somebody who diverts away from that, in whatever which way it is.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. And how about you, Cam? What do you think? What does exotic, that word and that lifestyle, represent to you?
Well, exotic could be so many different things. Like she said, it can be a look, it can be a place, it can be a location, it could be clothes. That's erotic is more of a sensual, and I was telling her about eroticism, So when you combine it, it's just like
explosive.
The exotic erotic experience.
Exactly.
Do you think that people kind of accidentally interchange those words and they think when you say exotic you mean erotic and vice versa?
Definitely. I don't think people really know the difference because they're so close. So,
Yeah, I was going to say that. I don't think a lot of people know the difference of what exotic is. Know what erotic is. They have heard that word, right? And they probably think it's like a taboo type of word.
Yeah.
But they really know what it even means.
Right. Yeah. So I think people just kind of, the default is to just think they're the same. And perhaps that's why social media has banned me from using the word exotic in any advertising. They wouldn't allow that word.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But okay.
So that's what kind of got me curious about it, because I've never thought, when you think of exotic, you can think of exotic cars, exotic islands, exotic foods, animals. So I always thought it was a very broad definition. And then when you see that many people have a very narrow definition. So my goal with this series is to broaden it for everybody so that we can, I think if you can, because it's really all about pleasure and enjoyment, right? The exotic is something out of the ordinary, as you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not the cookie cutter life. It's a little bit more of a designer life, as I like to talk about.
Okay.
So you've coined the name of your company, Cam. Oh,
I see a few people.
okay, are you waving? Yeah. All right. So
Our
if you have a question for Cameo and Juju during the show, pop it into the comments. We do have badges turned on, so if you share some badges, that helps support my journey of trying to make content for you and to keep your life a little spicier too. So Cam, the name of your company is Cameo Exotic Entertainment.
Yes.
And so how long have you been doing that?
Wow. So, without telling my age, easy over 20 years.
Okay, so you're just going to start saying over 20 and not give any specifics.
Yeah, over 20. I could say close to 25, to be honest.
Okay.
Yep. I've been doing this for quite a while. It started out, I started out just giving regular parties, hip hop parties. You know, I actually started out on the hip hop scene, you know, doing a lot of, you know, stuff with LOJ and just like rap. And then how I actually got into this business was a friend of mine's said, "Hey, listen, my girl's having something at her house. You know, you want to come with me?" And I was like, "Huh?" He was like, "Yeah, little one of her girls is having a bridal shower or something like that. Come with me real quick." So when we went over there, I walked in and there was a bunch of girls, not a lot, like about 15 girls with a male stripper. And he wasn't the most rhythmic. He didn't have too much rhythm.
Okay.
Girls were crazy. And I was like, oh my God. And this was 20 years ago. So the only dancers I had then was Chippendales.
Okay.
Then I was like, ding. I was like, it turned this into possibly some money. And then from there, I was just like, I started putting this little thing together. When I would go to the gym, I would see guys, you know, some of them would look at me like I was weird. And I'm like, hey, you ever thought about dancing? And
let's be clear, you never danced though.
No, I've never danced.
Okay.
So that's how, you know, that's how I started. And yep, over 25 years.
That's amazing. So one of the things, I have an observation that I'll share with you after I hear yours about the change that I've witnessed in your business, in your exotic entertainment business since I've known you, and the evolution's been really fascinating to me as a sexologist, is to, you know, because it's been very drastic as far as I can tell. But over your 25 years, what kind of changes have you seen in terms of your audience, what people are interested in, what they're excited about, what's the evolution from that length of time?
Wow, there's so many angles that I can go for. You would have to narrow it down to what part different. I can tell you financially or promotion-wise, the evolution has definitely changed. Because again, doing this for so long, before social media was so big, there was only one way to contact people, and that's if you gave them. So basically, when we would give these events with about 5-10 strippers or exotic dancers, while they're performing, they would give out business cards, and that's how you would contact, you know, a lot of them would contact me or whatever the case. But the evolution is now no one really has cards. this is my Facebook, this is my
Right.
IG, this is, one of the evolution.
I think one of the ones that I've definitely right was the evolution of women go watch men dance, men go watch women dance or perform, right? And since I have been, and there was a question in there that I do want to answer, since Cameo and I now have been together, next month will be 8 years. So since kind of I came along, what I've noticed is a willingness, right, the transition of individuals of different gender wanting to go and just watch the performance, just watch it to see whether they're attracted to or not. So, for example, one of our businesses called City of Doms, and it's for women who love women, right? And it is only lesbian females that will go to watch females dance. Now we have a lot of, bisexual women who come to the show, women who love women, right? We have a lot of people who identify as just strictly lesbians to come into the show. We have some women who identify themselves as strictly straight, meaning that they're heterosexual, they love men, but they enjoy coming to the show just to see the art of the women performing. So there has been a transition also that has taken place of the business going from a kind of dirty business where people would just go to kind of just go and see naked people to really coming out to see an entertainment. I mean, some of our entertainers have these amazing outfits.
Oh, yeah.
They have they choreograph their dance. So now it has become almost like an art form, and people can literally watch the show, not for the sexual part, but to just see the talent that these people have.
Then a big.
It's an athletic event.
Yeah.
And then one of the evolutions is before it used to be taboo to be an exotic dancer or a stripper, or but now it's so commercialized. You see it on TV. You see it in movies. It's just very more accepted. It's not as taboo as it used to be. So that's definitely an evolution in itself.
What was the movie that came out? I can't remember the name.
Lopez and them. It wasn't Hustlers.
Wait, which?
With the guys.
You can say Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Did you see an uptick in business when that film came out? Do you recall any connection to that?
Yeah, there was an uptick. There's also a movie out now with Bolo and quite a few. There was Chocolate City too, but this is not Chocolate City. There's a movie out now with Bolo. Obviously, he's Dance for Me. Carter the Body. So the name of that is All the Queen's Men.
It's actually a series.
Oh, okay.
That's actually done by Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Very cool. So what I'm hearing you say is that exotic dancing has really become more mainstream.
Oh,
and when something goes mainstream, there's a higher caliber that's demanded from it.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
That people want a real show. They want to be entertained. They want to be surprised. They don't want the same old thing over and over again. That really puts a lot of pressure on you and the entertainers to keep up in the game, right?
That is definitely true.
Yeah.
I want to mention, I think there was somebody previous question, and the question was lifestyle change. Did we feel judged being in this lifestyle? Something to that. When I met Cameo, he was already in this lifestyle as far as being a performer, assisting people in performing and filming these shows. So for me, it was definitely a change, and there was some judgment upon it. There were several people who met him right around the time that we were getting married, even people who said, "Oh, your fiance, your husband is a stripper?" And I'm like, no. There is more to this lifestyle than just getting the G-strings and dancing, right? No, it has nothing to do with that. And then you hear the comments of people just really thinking that because now you're associated with that type of business, that somehow, some way you are promiscuous, that our marriage, especially for us, our marriage is not as solid as other people's marriages are, that there is some type of infidelity within our marriage, because of because of the lifestyle. Which is just assumptions I think that people make, and they're completely wrong assumptions. So yeah, there's been a lot of judgment, unfortunately, and there has been a lot of assumptions that's been made by other people's parts. And then when they get to know us, they get to see the foundation of our marriage. They get to see that we're still able to host these exotic events, right? These erotic events at the same time, and still come home and be husband and wife and have a serious commitment. That's when they start understanding of, oh, I misunderstood what this was about. So I just wanted to address that question that was asked.
I love that. I love that, because that really is, I think there's a lot of assumptions that are made about all of us that deal with any kind of profession around the idea of sexuality. There, it's.
I asked him, did he want his own glass of wine? He said no.
Of course. So I think we're having a little delay here. So did you say were you saying something?
No.
Okay. But I think that's really important for people to see that, that we might do things that are exotic or erotic at times, but the base of our lifestyle is, we have homes, we have families, we go grocery shopping, we pay bills, we snuggle up in bed with our partner at night, and, we have a life. But I think maybe our lives might be a little spicier, which is a little, and people are like, well, how can you be spicier and still being normal? So I'm trying to bring some I guess, normality into an exotic lifestyle, that you can have an exotic lifestyle in little bits, big bits, but it doesn't mean that you're not a functioning human being and have functioning healthy relationships.
I think that when people become parents, specifically parents, there is an expectation that you're going to behave a certain way, right?
Right.
And when there are people like us, and there are people like you and many other people that we know, that we can still be professionals, we can still be amazing mothers, we can still be amazing sisters and friends, and still live a very, very exotic life and enjoy parts of our sexuality, enjoy being a woman, enjoy being a man, enjoy being a couple, enjoy different types of parts of the lifestyle, right? Because the lifestyle it's just so broad. It's such a broad term. And still have that commitment. I remember one time you had told us that, you had gave an example. In the end of the day, you know who you want to go home to, who you want to grow old with, right? But there are people that you're interested in looking at, that you're interested in getting to know, you're interested in watching, you're interested in having spicy conversations with. And that has nothing to do with who do you want to grow old with on that porch, sitting there watching your grandchildren. It's apples. Right. Now, we're fortunate, as Spicy was saying, that we're kind of fortunate. Yeah, we're fortunate that we're able to kind of have our cake and eat it too, And
I think anybody can. That's the thing, is it isn't out of reach for people that are hungry for something a little more spice. There's so many layers to it. There's so many ways to add more spice to your relationship. One of the things that the two of you do that I love is you guys take really, really sexy, exotic, erotic photos together. I mean, I put up I made a collage. I go through your pictures and I'm just drooling because you guys are so gorgeous. And so I'm looking at these photos and I just think, these really depict the two of you, all the layers of your personalities, not only as individuals, but as a couple. And there's no harm in that at all. It doesn't require anything that breaks a rule for somebody. It's like, these are hot. So do you ever help couples like create erotic photos with their partners?
I think we have, I think there have been, at least for me, we have one of our favorite couples, Nick and Kathleen. We were like, no, here, hold it this way a little bit more. You know, Nick, show your arms over here a little bit more. Kathleen, show what you got. You're always at the gym, you know. But I think for me, I was a little heavier before. Well, actually, a lot heavier before. And one of the questions that they always asked is, how do you take all these sexy pictures with your husband and be self-confident? And my question has always been, because my husband makes me feel beautiful at whatever, like, size I am, you know. So it's easy to do those kind of intimate, sexy pictures. I just tell him to move his hand and cover my love handles on the side, you know.
Roz, see Roz.
Hi, Chocolatey.
Well, and I think that what we talk about a lot in the work we've all done together is that being sexy, it doesn't have an age, it doesn't have a size, it doesn't have a color, it doesn't have a job description. It's an attitude, right? It's confidence.
What up, Jim?
So should we invite Apollo Curve to come in and say hello?
Curve, hi, babe.
So Jay, if you want to pop in, I think we can have a three-way here.
We can have a three-way or four-way. Hey.
So come on in if you'd like. One of the things that I've talked about in the prior couple of shows is about the exoticness of our senses and how we can play with the senses. So I'm going to put you on the spot. I didn't tell you about this one. I was going to ask you is, do you know your partner's favorite sense?
Do I know his
my
what?
Sense, my sense.
His favorite sense, like taste, smell, sound, touch.
Yeah.
You do?
What's his?
I do. Cameo really enjoys soft touches, strokes. Just recently, he was kissing my leg, and he's like, "Ooh, I like the taste of this," and I'm like, "Oh, it's called lotion." Soft fragrance. He really enjoyed that. Oh, hey.
Hello.
So we're having a three-way.
We're having
Okay. Hey, what's up? What's up?
What's up, my dude?
Hey, what's going on?
Chilling.
So we're talking about the exotic lifestyle. So you've been a part of the exotic lifestyle for a long time. Do you find this couple's pretty exotic?
Look at them. Look at them. Look. How could you not?
Yeah. So Jay, real quick, how would you define exotic? What is that? What does that conjure up for you when we use that word, exotic?
Initially, I used to think exotic was just, something that you wouldn't normally get. Like, for me, it was Dominican.
Okay.
So for me, it was Hispanic women. I felt like that was exotic. Now, going to Jamaica and learning some of the things that I know now, exotic is a lot much broader to me. It's just something that you don't normally get, whether that be one second, Daddy, on the phone.
You used to still be exotic and still be exotic and then still have children and have kids.
Yes.
Absolutely. You can.
That's what
You see.
That's what got him the kids, being exotic.
Right.
It's just exotic is something that you don't necessarily see or get on a normal basis.
Yeah, I think I love that. It's something out of the ordinary that it's like enlivening you. it's exciting to you, it's energizing for you. You know, we talk a lot about sex energy in my work, and that's really the life force of energy. So if our sex energy is enhanced through whatever means, everything in life just gets more exciting. It just seems brighter, it seems more fun. We have more energy to live. And so
Right.
I think when because I counsel a lot of people that have their light kind of dimmed. And when your light is dimmed, you'll start to seek things that are out of the ordinary and that are unusual, just to reignite that light. And so the exotic lifestyle is one
It's just
way.
like the spark of excitement.
Yeah.
And I think that
Like that.
what it is, right? Because there are things that now that I find very exciting and very exotic and very erotic for me now, where before I was like, oh, I will never do.
Yeah.
And you have that to be yourself and express desires. All of us, you're like, oh, I want to. That's so good. Then we tried that. It's very interesting to also to an extent that you find you actually taboo.
So Juju, I'm only
Breaking up.
Juju, you're really cutting out. I'm only getting about every third word. So I don't know if you need to get closer to the mic or how to do something there.
Okay. All right.
So somebody asked a question: would y'all support your children as they got older and they wanted to be involved in this life? And
Absolutely.
lifestyle? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I would ask that person, well, what do you think we're talking about that is a life? I mean, it's about living more exotically. It's about taking challenges, taking chances, doing things that are fun, exhilarating. I mean, just driving an exotic car could be a very exotic, erotic experience. I can tell you one of my most erotic, exotic experiences in my life was flying a helicopter for 30 minutes. I mean, talk about juiced up. It was pretty thrilling. So it doesn't have to be sexual. It can be, which is fine. That's a healthy, normal human experience.
I think it's often just misunderstood what erotic is, and it scares people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
different erotics. Just the word scares people. But this lifestyle, I could never imagine. You know, I don't want to call other normal shit boring, but to be on that end of not wanting to take chances, experience different things, to put yourself in this little small box, I just don't think that's the way life should be lived for nobody.
I think.
I mean, that's just my own personal opinion. You know, some people, their norm is different from mine, and so.
What's lovely is to be able to have choices and to understand that even if you just want something a little spicier, that you can do that without breaking your own rules, So you can find ways because when we talk, you go back, everybody, and watch the show about the senses, because there's so many ways that we can appease the curiosity of our senses that has nothing to do with breaking rules. So, sometimes some people like breaking the rules because that's the exotic part, right? Breaking the rules.
Right.
Somebody else's rules. So how would you say, what percent of your life would you say you would consider that you live exotically?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
What percentage of our life do we consider that we live exotically?
Yeah.
Well, for me, in my opinion, I think I can't put a percentage on it. I would just say that we balance it very well. We balance it very well because we do have normal lives, and everything is not accepted everywhere, and everything is not for everyone to know.
Right.
So
Mhm.
it very, very well. And I think we, it depends. When we get exotic, we definitely get exotic. We catch up if we fall behind. We catch up. But I would say that we put a percentage, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, when it comes to like our lifestyle, I don't think there is a percentage of it. I think I take more chances with exotic things than Cameo does. Cameo is very much, he likes the things that he likes as far as the places, the foods, and things like that. Me, I'm like, oh, we're going to eat some exotic Indian food today? Yay, great, let's try. But as far as the exotic lifestyle of what we do, when we do it, who we do it with, what we do, that part, I think we just balance it out. There are some days that, life takes its toll on you, and between work and raising children and things like that, you don't have any even playtime. Sometimes it's even limited with each other.
Right.
Either what you do, where do you go? And then especially when where it's just playland as far as what we see, what we hear, what we do, what we engage in. Then it becomes 90% of our lifestyle at that time. It just depends on the time and the location. I think we balance things out on responsibilities first. Our marriage always comes first, right? And then everything comes second.
That's awesome. And do you think that the exotic lifestyle is a thing you need to go do as much or more than the frame of mind we're in?
It's more of a frame of mind, because you can take that with you anywhere. Be something that you go or then you really look stuff. So it's definitely a mindset. And just for the record, people, they see me at the shows, they see me on my IG, my Facebook, my mouth be crazy. But to be honest, I'm the calm one.
Well, like
that's an even blend. Y'all even blend. Y'all both turn it up and down. Both of y'all got your sides.
Relax. She's the one. They be thinking I dragged her into stuff. She's dragging me. So for everybody, there you go. Now you can respond.
No, I was gonna Apollo jokes all the time. He's like, Julie's one of the guys. Juju is one of the guys. We cannot talk crazy next to Juju. We can share experiences and tell her what's going on. We don't need to sugarcoat things for Juju because she's one of the dudes,
Right.
So, yeah.
So we asked earlier about which do you think is your favorite sense, and Juju, you answered Cameo's. Cameo, what do you think is Juju's favorite sense?
And touches, like sensories.
You're asking sensories, or when you said scent, like
sense, one of her senses. Which is her favorite, do you think?
Senses.
Oh, one of her favorite senses.
Clean it up, bro. Clean it up.
Well, there's taste, there's touch, there's smell, there's sound.
Not the soft, cuddly type. Put it that way. She likes, she's just not the soft, cuddly. That's all I can say. Like,
okay. So, is she more into the taste of things, the smell? Like, is she really into like things that smell really good? Like, when I shop by feel. I always have to. I can just walk. I could be blind and go shopping easily, and I would know exactly what I wanted because it's always got to feel good to me. I don't really care as much how it will look.
Even like fruit.
Yeah, the shape and the
Smell.
coolness, the texture, and then you come into the smile. Yeah.
Well, that goes back to what Juju said earlier. Excuse me. She's just like so broad. So she's open to. It's hard to put her in a box.
Okay.
So she'll go out and get a dress with the cleavage all the way down to her belly button, and then the very next day she'll go on to get a pink sweatsuit, the pink sweatsuits with some Uggs, and then the day after she'll put on.
So is Juju? Is that like a feeling for you? Just like
No. Well, yes. So to answer even Nan's question on that, I think I'm an auditory person. I like it when he talks crazy to me, when he says crazy ratchetness in my ear. Right? I like that. I like falling.
That's funny.
You know? I like this physical, but because I have such a strong personality, I don't like this. I like it when he's like, let's go, girlfriend. Like, we're going to sleep. We're going to bed. We're going on this car ride. Like, physical, because he's super strong. So I like it when
until you're ready to push back.
Yeah, you know, I mean.
Then you be like, with the teeth and shit.
And so for me, my stuff is the auditory, and it's definitely the physical strength, the physical touch, the leading me into whatever we're about to do or say. Yeah.
So do you have an exotic, like, because a lot of times, you know, life is busy, right? You got kids, you got work, all these other things going on. And so, but you know, we've all had some really amazing experiences in our lives. How often do you recall those to kind of spice things up?
Oh,
you know,
often.
I mean, I like to do just things like special, like I like dressing up as naughty Santa's helper. You know, I like the whole, you know, it's Valentine's Day coming up, so I like dressing up for that. Otherwise, unfortunately, really it just is based on like, or stress reliever, right? Like right now, stress back. So Abram man sign. Hey, listen, tonight needs to be one of those nights. Like, you know, at work. So one of those nights. So
Play with me.
I don't.
Yes, give me 1 second.
I really is based on need, right?
Yeah.
Desire, time, and availability, and state of mind, because you can't be in a bad space and try to share something special with somebody because it doesn't come out genuine.
Right, but I think she was asking something a little different. You was asking us about one of the places, like an exotic place or one of the experiences.
Yeah, I think how like how often do you bring those experiences you've had? How often do you recall them and just talk about them amongst the two of you to bring that energy into your relationship without having to do anything? You just kind of can relive it.
Like, oh, you remember that time under the tree, you know, stuff like that.
Stuff like that, yeah.
We talk a lot, so and we have a lot of experience.
We usually talk in the car. That's our when we're like, what happened here? Do we want to do this? How did it feel? What do you think about this?
Yeah.
We're most of the time when we have our like 2-hour drive, 3-hour drive, that we'll sit there and have these full-blown conversations about likes, dislikes, desires, future experiences, past experiences. Yeah, the car is usually our place to have these moments.
The long rides.
Yeah.
But I think what I would like our listeners to glean from that is even if you have an exotic experience, either exotic or erotic, but whatever, that as long as you have your memory, that you can recall those, you can bring those forward in your relationship and even in your own mind, and re-spice yourself or re-spice your relationship, re-energize yourself with those memories that most people I know that have it, what they would consider an exotic lifestyle. That's the exception rather than the rule for their daily life.
Yeah.
And so
You got a different type of mental Rolodex. A lot of people are like so routine in what they do, they don't really, that's all they know. That's all they do. That is like this repetitiveness. Whereas people that indulge in the exotic lifestyle, to put in that mental Rolodex, it's a lot. It's like a broader library of memories and thoughts to tap into.
Yeah. Did you see the question here?
Yeah.
Would you guys ever make an OnlyFans when you guys go on vacation?
We
Beautiful couple. They want to see.
That's hilarious.
As much as we show, we are 90% private about what we do, who we do it with, when we do, what people think we do, what we don't do, or what we do in private. We're not knocking anybody for doing it. However, because of our full-time jobs, we can't afford that. You know what I mean? Because we have children, we think about that stuff too. And then some of the stuff we just want to be in our Rolodex, right? We in our memory and the people that we share it with. It's, if you weren't there, then you missed it. Like, that's the reality of it. You snooze, you lose, right? We remember exactly what happened, what took place. So we don't necessarily feel the need to have to display anything, any decisions that we make as a couple. The pictures, obviously, because we look at those as art. But as far as what happens in the bedroom or as far as our intimate life, that's for us and whoever was there, or if there was nobody there, then it's just for us to know.
Plus,
I think privacy is important, to respect people's privacy. Yeah.
Plus, that's what works for us. It's always worked for us. So that sometimes it's good. Why are you laughing?
Because Chocolate, she said,
she told him to go.
You need to go
play
pick
dolls with his girl.
the dolls.
Yeah. But yes, that is true.
Right here.
So I want to take the last 10 minutes here to talk about how do people get to go on vacation with you guys? If they want an OnlyFans, why don't they just sign up and go on vacation with you?
I couldn't say it better.
On both of our bios on our page, Fernanda, aka Juju, and Mr. Killer Cam, Mr. Killer Cam 1, there are links in there in regards to some of our shows, right? If you're too afraid to just go on a full week with us, even though we are a blast, right? Then you can just go ahead and attend one of our, kind of see the vibe that we bring and the friends that we have, because we go from anywhere from being very vanilla, like
I put it in there,
the beach and having breakfast and a cup of coffee with Boss Lady, right? The two of us just sit there at 7 a.m. and in Jamaica. We're like, hey, we're meeting at the same spot. Absolutely. Me and Chocolatey, we love being at the beach and getting suntan. And then all of a sudden there's the other side of us that we are hooping it up and we're having a great time. So we ask people to join as much as they're comfortable with. So if they need to just start with just the part, it can meet up, our NSTR. We ask you to join us. If not, then come on vacation with us. All the information is in our bio.
Yeah, but we have to give them specific information.
Go ahead. You can tell them
what you got going. What's happening?
Okay, so obviously we're doing hedonism. You being my mentor, definitely you being my mentor, and we've been, including with you, how many years for us? What is that, like 7 years?
We did 7. This will be the 8th.
Yes, gasoline.
8?
Well, could you
I thought it was 8.
Yeah, it was 8.
I thought this would be the 8th.
coming up would be 8. Will be 8. Right.
So we've done 7. This will be the 8th. You know, this year we have like, oh my God, this is like a fun-packed itinerary. New faces, old faces, new vibes, old vibes. It's just a combination of just fun, exotic, erotic. It's just. So we're from June 24th to July 1st.
Mm-hmm.
We got the kayaking with Mr. Apollo Curve. We got private massages, of course, the male and female show, body painting, just the catamaran. We just have a lot of stuff going on. It's just a week of fun. And there's a lot of misconception about going to hedonism. And actually you can go there and you can just enjoy the weather. You don't have to do nothing.
Nope.
And the food,
Delicious.
so definitely either hit Juju up or hit me up for that information.
You have a few rooms left. You've sold out almost all your rooms.
Yeah, we got a couple of rooms left.
Yeah.
Couple of rooms. So
Yeah, for people that are interested, I wouldn't wait too long because the resort is pretty much sold out, and I think Cameo's got the only few rooms left.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a part of something special and just fun, just absolutely free-spirited fun.
Really quick. This has not Sim Strength. You see the guy right there?
Yeah.
Cam, that's Alfie.
Oh,
He said, "What's up, my brother?" Yeah, we never met, but Alfie is the reason I met Cam,
Oh,
because I had he's the one who told me that he knows this guy named Cam that needs waiters for the shows, and this is my first time having really any interaction with him. This is my first time ever actually talking with him.
how fun.
What's up, Alfie? Thank you.
oh,
You changed my that's it right there.
That was the game changer.
Yes. I just told you, definitely changed my life indirectly.
Very cool.
The reason I met you now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
People,
Right.
That was what, 10 years ago?
Yeah, about 10 years.
Yeah. So people that if you want to do something great, you'll meet some of your best friends for life, and it's free spirited. Don't let hedonism scare you, even though it's a clothing optional, lifestyle friendly, adults only resort. There's no pressure to do anything you don't want to do. So we talked about those rules. If you've got rules, you can have your rules there. It does, you get to decide what you do, and Cameo and Juju and Apollo and all these great people are going to be putting on a really fun-filled event for you to explore and just cut loose and have some great times. You will laugh more than you do anything else. It's a guaranteed. Your face will be hurting from laughing.
And it's a safe environment.
Yeah.
And just so they know, we're having like a prequel to Hedo. We're having a naughty night in Atlantic City at
Yes.
Saints and Sinners. That is a S club, style club. That's Saturday 6th. So if you want like a prequel, meet and greet, but it is a strictly lifestyle event. So definitely can't come there looking just to dance and DJ. But hit me up about that too. That's in Atlantic City. Get some gambling on and have some fun at the same time.
Yeah, just give it a try. You don't know until you try.
Yeah, but it's not for everybody, right, Nan?
Yeah, it's not for everybody, but a lot of people fear what they don't know,
That is
what they don't understand.
Well, I think the first step is especially if you're a woman, is to talk to Juju, or you can talk to me about what it's like to go to a place like that as a woman, and get some input, and then you can talk to these guys about how guys treat women there, because these men that you're looking at here, everybody, they know how to treat women. They know how to make women feel safe. They know how to create a safe environment. So, and give you some hints.
And we learned from you.
Sure did.
Definitely. I told you they need to put that right on a projectile screen. Got to reprogram the minds.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add or share tonight? I really appreciate your time. I know this is getting late for all of you on the East Coast. So,
No, we're good. It was a pleasure. We are always, we have become such a better couple because of you. I know that's kind of cliche, like, people are like, oh, thanks the host. But it really is. I think that we have become such a stronger couple from some of the things that you have talked to us about. So I encourage people to continue listening. I encourage people to continue logging in. You take what fits into your lifestyle, what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. But you do have this ability to just open up people's eyes to looking at things in a different way and really wanting to live life to the fullest. So for that, I'm always going to be thankful, to you. And glad we were here today. We appreciate it.
Definitely.
thank you.
Communication. You definitely know how to teach.
I appreciate it.
I do.
So I can
Thank you.
put into words how I feel about you.
I'm still your
Absolutely. And like I always tell you, I thought I knew everything about women and how to please them, and I just thought I knew it all. And coming to those classes for all those years, I learned that was only a few drops in the bucket what I knew, because how could you tell somebody what they want or how they feel or how they how they deal with things. So
Right.
I thank you for that.
It has been my pleasure. So, all right. So, agreeing with Apollo, I'm really reserved, but I'm curious about the lifestyle at the same time. And I think the lifestyle, that word, a lot of people think there's a definition. There really isn't. That's why we're talking about exotic lifestyle, because it really is just you redefining your lifestyle so that it fits who you are, who you want to be, the confines of your relationship. It's about designing your life in a way that makes you feel like you're living life on your terms, and with respect and integrity for yourself and others. You can do a lot of really fun things.
Absolutely.
So
Right.
Definitely.
all right. Thanks everybody for taking the time to come and join me. So this is the fourth of the 6-part series. Go to my YouTube channel, Dr. Nancy Sutton Pierce. You can find all the other episodes. This one will be up on there later. And share and share and share so that other people know how to have a sexier, happier, spicier life too. YOLO. You get this one once.
YOLO.
You may as well make it spicy.
Right. You only get one life.
In this body, anyway.
Right.
So take it for a ride. I'm getting into home base, worn out. All right, you guys. Good
All right, later.
Okay, Nick.
Good to see your faces.
Hi, Cam, Juju. Later. All right.
Bye.
Play with some dogs. Bye.
Yeah, go play dolls. Bye-bye.